Okay. Okay. Sorry to everyone. I'm making the much more delay because my mic is not working and also the camera is not working. There are a lot of issues. Okay, we are going to start the fundamental biomechanics of triple jump, uh, which is more helpful for the future coaches and also who willing to learn the biomechanics of the triple jump. Okay, okay. We are going to move the whole class. First of all, it is one of the horizontal jump in the track and field event, which is the another horizontal jump is the long jump. The much more technical event is in one of the triple jump. In the triple jump, we have going to consider the same paces as much as um, the long jump for the approach run and the takeoff. The same paces we going to teach you. Okay, first in the hop movement, the athlete jump from the takeoff board. After that, again landing the same leg is the hop phase. The second phase is the step phase. Step phase is alternating the another leg, which kind of is the athlete taking the right leg of the jump on the takeoff board. Again, he landing in the hop for the same right leg. Again, in the step phase, he is landing his left foot or left leg on the triple jump track. Again, the third phase is the jump. Jump mean again he willing to landing as the same long jump. This is the intro. We are going to consider the other phases. The phases are the run up, as well as the you can learn maybe you can learn already from the long jump biomechanics. The run up and the penultimate stride, the last stride and takeoff, and another is hop, step, jump, and the landing. Okay, first of all, we are going to run up is the athlete getting the as much as the optimal level of speed, which is he control his maximum speed on the takeoff board. First, most of the international athletes are using the 18 sorry hello okay. For the international events, the elite athletes using 18 to 24 strides for the run up in the runway. Okay, first of all, they are starting in the fly start. They start their event in the fly start. Okay. Then, as much as they are using the long strider sides for the their rhythm, for creating their rhythm, for maintaining the optimal speed, they don't run their maximum speed. They have to maintain. If they are reaching the maximum speed, they never get the takeoff board in with the fall jump, which is the disqualifying. I think everybody know that. Okay, let's going for the another slide, which is the penultimate stride. Maybe most of them are not showing in the penultimate stride, but which is most important stride for the athletes who in the triple jump and the long jump, and also well as any kind of jumps, like also in the high jump, also in the pole vault. Okay, now the penultimate study is the last second step from the takeoff board which athlete run in the runway. Okay, which is the most important. In this space the athlete increase their horizontal velocity, which means they are moving much more faster than we are running in the runway. Also they are moving much more, they are increasing their horizontal velocity for minimal loss of the horizontal velocity at the takeoff board, which means they are increasing their horizontal velocity. They are definitely going to break their horizontal velocity to the vertical velocity for jump. So which is they have to lose minimal level their horizontal velocity, because horizontal velocity is playing the major role for the cover the distance in the long jump. So they must be don't lose their horizontal velocity. So that is the reason the penultimate stride playing the one of the major role in the all of triple jump and the long jump. Okay, the components in the penultimate stride is they have to increase their horizontal velocity by the longest stride length, which means they have to short stride length on the takeoff board for the creating the maximum braking force for the maximum braking force for the javelin throws and the throws. Okay, the minimal braking force for the vertical jumps, and they have to lowering their center of mass, which means the hip and pelvis. They have to lowering their pelvics for the trajectory their CM to the on the long jump, triple jump. Okay, okay, we are going to the next slide. The last stride is before the athlete taking a stride before taking the takeoff board. This is increase, they have to convert their horizontal velocity into the vertical velocity. They are making trajectory, they are making projectile their body to the on the air. In this space is also playing the major role. The components are the same, increasing the horizontal velocity and the loss, reducing the minimal loss for the vertical velocity, converting the horizontal velocity into the vertical velocity. And also they have the lowering their CM for trajectory their body. Okay, the takeoff is their athlete coming to the event. This is the starting pace for the their performance. Okay, now what is the takeoff is they are projecting their body on the air, which by they are using the previous run of almost the 35 to 40 kilometers per hour. Okay, the components in the takeoff board, they are making much more possible on the ground reaction force, whatever what is he trained the thigh, calves and the hip, pelvics and the core, which makes the maximize the ground reaction force, which the ground reaction force helps the opposite reaction to the athlete body, projecting their body on the air. Okay, in this space they have to control their body speed in the horizontal and vertical, and they must have the takeoff. In the takeoff, their ankle, knee and the hip joint, which is considered as a 3-point, almost fully extend, not going to be nobody can't fully extend at all joints, which makes their maybe sometimes you can see the most of the ACL injuries on this point, on the takeoff or on the takeoff in the triple jump. Maybe the ACL ligament tear causing the, maybe not causing the takeoff board, but in the hop pace and hop takeoff and the jump takeoff, you can see in the previous videos any of the international athletes and also in the local competitions. Okay, next, in the takeoff angles are as considered as the okay, you can see the takeoff angle in the hop phase. They are projecting their body on the 15 to 18 degree angle, and the step phase they are projecting their body on the 13 to 15 degree angle. On the final jump phase they are projecting their body on the 20 to 24 degree angle. But most commonly we are listening the maximum distance cover projectile is the 45 degree, right? But in the real world practical appliances we are only take the 15 degree for the 15 to 18 degree for the hop phase, and the 13 to 15 degree which is lower than the hop phase and the jump phase, because we are trying to maintain their horizontal velocity in this step phase. So that is the reason they have to jump minimal distance and maintaining the optimum trajectory path. Then final jump may be going bigger. Okay, now we are going to the other slide. Okay, in this hop phase, okay, in the hop phase wait a minute, sorry. Okay, in the hop phase the athlete have to land their, if as was shown as PPT, the athlete taking the takeoff on the right leg and he is landing the right leg on the same on the hop phase, which is the flight. Maybe consider the hop timing is the flight timing and the ground contact timing. There are two phases in the hop. One is the ground contact, the contact timing, and the second one is the flight timing. We can discuss about this further on the Biomechanics report from the World Athletics. Okay, first we listen. Okay, the athlete must have to land their takeoff leg on the same takeoff leg in the takeoff board. Okay, the main technique is to land. Okay, the components. Athlete have to stretch almost fully stretch, not fully stretch, and also they are using the popping action, which is copied from the other wild animals like tiger and tiger, cheetahs, and hunting and predators. Okay, in this point the popping action is helping to the reducing the braking force on the ground and also maintaining the horizontal velocity as muscle we don't lose. Okay, next, one of the other consideration, we don't have to pointing downward their toes, because if he or she is downwarding their toes, which means almost they are reaching they're reaching their distance almost nearby. They will lost their reaching distance, the minimal loss of the reaching distance. Okay, the arm should be used the vigorously backward driving and the forward driving. In I'm going to tell you the something is the arm driving. The most of the international athletes, the men are adapt their double arm swinging. The most of the women athletes are adapting the single arm swinging. In the double arm swinging, which is act like as energy source after the takeoff, which means you are producing the vertical movement or vertical projectile by your leg and the pelvis downward to the upward in the takeoff mode, which is helps in the takeoff. The arms are going to the back driven and the energy is transferred. The reaction force is transferred from the ankle joint and the knee joint and to the hip joint, which is finally go to the shoulder and which is finally transferred to the hands. So we getting the reaction force on the takeoff board, it is transferred on the to the hand. So in the reaction force on the hip, when the reaction force reaching the hip point, the reaction force reaching the hip point, athlete will be take off from the board. There is no contact with the ground. In this time, the generative force or energy is transferred to his arm and hand. So if he making almost upward position on the air, which is helps to stay or floating in the air as much as possible at a particular time, or he will be getting the much more time. Okay, next slide is step. The second phase for the triple jumpers is the step phase. Step phase, they have to land their alternative leg and execute the jump forward. Okay, the components in this step phase, the athlete have to maintain already he lost his horizontal velocity from the takeoff the hop. Okay, this is the second ground contact timing which make the reducing the horizontal velocity. So he much more try to don't lose his horizontal velocity. So it's the same as hop. Is like almost fully stretched and using the pawing action, same as the double arm swinging and arm swinging. Arm motion generate vertical speed, converting the vertical speed by horizontal speed to vertical speed. Okay, the next slide is going to the jump, the final execution of the athlete, which is he going to land on the sand. Okay, the components is takeoff leg is extended forcefully upon the contact with the ground. The free leg and waist level, the free leg and thigh are driving to the waist, which means they have to contract their reaching the body and the leg are reach towards each other. Okay, which makes his body contracting much more the smaller value. You can analyze the physical movement, one of the physics concept. When we have you can see the ice skating events. Okay, in the ice skating event, the athletes have to rotate in the same point. They expanding and their hands, they are rotating slowly. When they are closing their hands, they are rotating faster. So whatever how much your limbs are much more contact with your core or your body, you can travel much more the distance. So that is the reason we are closing there, we are reaching each other, the body towards each other, body and leg towards each other. Okay, and also don't look down on the pit, or you don't look side on the what is it I'm reaching the qualification distance or any record. When you're diving your head, your performance will be minimal loss in the for the diverting by your brain. Okay, the final one is the landing. Landing is you already know that landing loss is also we have to consider, because we are pointing their heel on the sand, but our glute muscles and any hand will be reach backward, which is losing almost 10 to 20 centimeters every athletes when they are landing the sand. So we have to consider almost reaching the landing loss on the sand. Okay, the next one is technical consideration. Yeah, previously I'm saying the single arm motion and the double arm motions. The technical accelerating the arms downward toward the touchdown cushions a leg from the impact. Okay, you can easily see which is okay for when they are downwarding their hand. You can see the male athlete and female athlete knee joint on the little bit of amortization is happening. Amortization means a minimal level of knee joint deflection or bending. Okay, then the second part is accelerating their arms upwards during the takeoff cases leg muscles to contract more slowly, placing more forces, which means we are driving their arm backward to their mid portion on the landing period, which is transferring your ground reaction force from your hip joint to your hand. Okay, which is transferred to your hand. Okay, the higher arm at the takeoff increase height and horizontal distance of cm from toe, which means already I'm saying your hand is the energy source. You getting the energy from the ground reaction by hitting your leg on the ground, which is Newton's third law. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. You are hitting you are hitting the ground by your leg untrained, as well as the lot of years, lot of months for the generating this force, this ground reaction force. Okay, so this ground reaction force have to transfer your hand as much as higher efficiency. Okay, arms can help to reorient body during the flight. That is the most important for the for the jump. You can easily see the single arm on the woman athlete. Their body always on the straight position, the little only little forward and backward movements. But in the male athlete, you can see the backward arm from the backward to the forward. Their trunk portion slightly lean forward, which makes they can increase the velocity, horizontal velocity, and also you have to minimal backward lean is much more important for your stabilization. Okay, the another pace distribution is a matter, dear coaches, because we are using the hop and hop, step and jump. This is the last just a second, I'm going to confirm that they are the interest athlete the clay, the current world lead, which is close 18.21, which is almost closer to the world record of the Jonathan Edwards in the triple jump. In this phase, white mentioned as the hop phase, and the red mentioned as the step phase. The gray point mentioned as the final jump phase. Okay, this is, we have to consider how our athletes in the which kind of they are using the technique, which is hop dominated and the jump dominated and balance technique. They are commonly in the our common research in the hop, almost the 35% of the hop. This is average value, this is not an exact. Your athlete is doing for the 35%, is total jump is occupied by the 35%. Okay, now the step phase is the 30%. Okay, and the final jump phase is again the 35%. Sorry, I'm having the mouse, so you can see my bad and worst handwriting. Okay, the clay jumping they are covering the distance in his triple jump by the hop by 6.014 meter, and in the step phase he is covering 5.56 meter, and his jump phase is 5.94 meter, which is almost equal to the 6 meter, and also the hop is the almost equal to the exact 6.0. So which is clay is using balanced technique, which means he is under the 35, 30 and 35 for the distribution. And Das Santos is using in the hop, he is jump 6.444 meters, and his step is covered 5.04 meter, and the jump phase he is covering 5.93 meter, which is hop is much more almost 0.5 meters higher than the jump phase. So which is he is using a hop dominated technique. HMS has same. Yaboro and Capello Yaboro and Capello both are using the hop dominated. Okay, in the other consideration is optimum trajectory. You can see the continuous athlete frames, jumping frames. One of the video frames I will show that. Okay, next we are going to the energy loss. Energy loss means you have the horizontal and vertical velocity on the takeoff board, which is not always maintaining at the every jumps, which is the energy loss. For the continuous practicing, you can reducing that. And also the one more important thing is, in the step phase your athlete have to making the popping technique, you can stand on sand pit area, make an long stretched stretching bands or flexible rubber bands, which is tag on the hips. You should pull the elastic bands. You have to pull the athlete by using the elastic bands, which means we have to making lesser ground contact timing. So we are assisting the athlete the ground contact times by pulling forward their athletes. So which means he can travel more faster than he jump. So he have to practice and adopt the fast popping technique and the lesser ground contact timing. lesser ground contact timing you can travel the much more distance, because lesser contact timing you are the friction will lose your energy. So higher ground contacting it going to higher friction, so which means you are losing your energy level and your performance. So lesser ground contact timing is much more advantage for you. Now the here we can see the trajectory and takeoff. We can see the one of the another report which is taken by one of the research report by, I think, ESC report something. I will make the references. Okay, this is the, which means second last and the first last is the athlete takeoff board, the last step, and the second last step is the penultimate stride, and before the third step. Here you can see the athlete horizontal velocity. This is the horizontal velocity. How, as I'm previously told, as the penultimate stride, the athlete have to increase their horizontal velocity. Every athlete increase their horizontal velocity in the penultimate stride, which makes you 9.8 to 9, almost to the 9.9. Okay, this is the 9.9 point. So after that, in the takeoff board, he is losing his horizontal velocity almost to the 9 point, exactly 9.6. So if you do not increase your horizontal velocity, you will be okay, just consider he on the 9.9, okay, in the penultimate strike. In the last step, he going to the 9.6 his horizontal velocity. Okay, so the total difference is 0.3. So if you jump from the 9.8, your final velocity is 9.5. So which means your horizontal covering the distance makes you will be lost your performance on the horizontal velocity. Okay, this is what is the penultimate stride impacts your performance. Penultimate stride importance in your performance. The second last step, the penultimate stride, is most important for your performance. Okay, the last, okay, here we can see the trajectory. You guys, you have one of the another consideration. This is the hip point is the CM, which means center of mass. The center of gravity is also is available, center of mass, and CG. CG means center of gravity, which is vary every time. I will explain, or you can Google, or any search engine you can Google it. You can search this kind of, because center of mass never change your body. At this is the center of mass. The center of mass is never changed at any position of the body. But in the CG, this is called CM. Okay, in CG, if you holding an object on straight position, the CG will be act, which means the gravity acting towards the earth, which means your ground. Okay, if I'm slanting an object, the center of gravity is acting on the not on the CM, it is acting backward from the to balance the object body. Okay, now here we are going to the what is the trajectory area. Okay, the athlete hip portion is travel towards the trajectory area. Okay, this is the athlete hip portion. The distance is, you can see, the almost similar trajectory. This is the optimal trajectory level. which means the athlete must have to maintain their trajectory almost as much as possible. Similar trajectory level going to, if you are increasing trajectory level in the hop position, you will be lost on the landing or placing your foot on the ending phase of the hop and starting phase of the step. So you are losing your horizontal velocity towards this direction. Okay, this direction you will be lost your horizontal velocity. Then you have to jump only the minimal level. This distance will be, you will be getting lost. Again, already you lost much more energy, so you have to jump only this level. So you will be lost this much of distance, which is x distance, you will be lost. So we have to maintain the trajectory level as much as optimum. Okay, the second athlete also, his hip level also maintaining the almost same trajectory level. The both athlete are jumping, but in the second athlete trajectory level is almost nice comparatively than the, okay. This is the CM from the Biomechanist report, how the athletes hip position taller from the ground. In the hop phase, he is maintaining his hip level at the 14.8 distance. Okay, on the step phase, sorry, what is this? Okay, 11.0. I think this is the okay. This is the vertical velocity. Sorry. Okay, I will check this data, which is meaning we can discuss further from the PDF, which is the Biomechanics report. Okay, this is the takeoff, how CM is going to the downward on the takeoff board and the last step. This is the takeoff board, touchdown on the takeoff board, touch off on the last step. Okay, this means the touchdown, and TD means touchdown and TO means touch off. Okay, this is the last step. They are lowering their CM downward for the projectile for their body. Okay, after the takeoff, this is the takeoff board, their CM again getting lower. Then after the 3-point extension ankle, 3-point extension on the ankle, they are going to extend on this area. Okay, that is the reason their CM portion going upward in the vertical portion. This is the resultant portion. This is the horizontal and this is the vertical. This is the x direction, this is the y direction, this is the athlete direction. Okay, we are moving to the next slide. Okay, it's almost completed. These are the references I got from to teach you. I thank the Britannica and the World Athletics and Scott McLaren. He is one of the leading professor in the University, right? Okay. Oh yes. Okay, here I'm finishing my my presentation or teaching something. Okay, here okay. Now we can see the Biomechanist report. This is taken from on the World Indian Championship from the 2017. Sorry, 2018. Sorry. I'm really sorry. Okay, you can. It is available on the World Athletics website. It is absolutely free. You can take references much more possible for that. Okay, here we are going to the most considerations. These are athletes ranking. Okay, serial best. Okay, official decisions. Yeah, guys, I am already says. Okay, okay, I'm already say this is officially they are recording their efficiency, which means yeah, I will show the takeoff loss. We have to consider the takeoff loss and the landing loss, which means takeoff loss is how much distance the athlete would fall from the takeoff board, and also the landing loss is how much he is landing his glute or hand after the heel touch on the sand on the pit. Okay, the athlete's official distance is measured as 17.43, but in the effective distance they are almost 10 centimeter they loss, declare loss. Okay, in the takeoff loss he on the board is 0.08 meter, which means 8 centimeter, 8.4 centimeter he lost from the takeoff board on the takeoff loss. Okay, you can see the other athletes, the other one. This is the distance covered on the last step, and the hope you can see. Okay, any other? Yeah, this is the percentage they are using. We are already explained in the PPT this area. Okay, here we can most of the athletes are using balance and the hope dominated technique. Okay, here already see the how the distance are covered. Yeah, this is the contact timing. The red mentioned as contact timing, the gray mentioned as flight timing. In the clay, he is using ground contact timing is 0.115, and the flight timing mean how much time he is on the air is 0.515. So you can consider how the effective athletes are using the how much he is making the ground contact timing with his foot. Okay, another one is the step phase. Okay, you can see which is already available, guys. You can see, you can download and you can see and refer and learn from the last previous datas. Okay, step scope jump. Okay, any other? Yeah, this is the vertical velocity. This is the vertical velocity and the horizontal velocity. How their velocity is change. Okay, this is the CM height, which means center of mass lowering the air each jumps. Okay, the other one, this is the phase takeoff angle. Yeah, here we can see in the jump phase they have to maintain 15 to 18 degree. In the step phase they are maintaining 13 to 15 degree. In the jump phase they are using 18 to 20 degree, right? 20. Okay, how the athletes are using their jumps. but in the real time we are using not as the previous research studies average value. This is average value, not exact value of your athlete. Okay, you don't push the average value, because you have, if somebody can score on the 5, if somebody score on the 9, if somebody score on the 6, the average value will be get 15, 14 and the 20. The average value is will be go for the almost to the 8 something. So we have the different person, but the person 1 having the performance, and the person 2 having the performance, and the person 3 having the another performance. So so everyone is different. So we have to consider which technique or which method your athlete can adopt. Okay, the next one. This is a touchdown angle, and you can see the thigh. Sorry, this is the knee push angle, and you can see the trunk angles. You can body inclining, which means over torso. Okay. Yeah, this is also an important landing analysis for the hip angle, how their tongue, they shrink their upper body and the lower body. Landing distance, that is the landing distance, how they are lost in their each man's to jump. Okay, good summary. Okay guys, it is completed. Maybe if you have any queries or any doubt, you can mail me, and we have, or you can leave your comment, your suggestion on the comment box. If I'm saying anything is wrongly, please intimate me. I want to clarify and I have to rectify that, because I maybe I'm teaching wrong, which means misguiding another coach. Okay, so if you have if you know, yes, you are making a mistake, please leave in the comment. I will rectify my error on the next classes. Okay, thank you.